And
Yeah.
I'm trying to give it up completely.
It's one of those things like anything you're trying to do. When you're trying to quit something like that, a couple of things. You got to find out what it's doing for you, first of all,
Mm.
because there'll be some things that it's doing for you that you're not consciously aware of. For
Yeah.
example, when I used to smoke at work, or I used to smoke in general, but at work specifically, going out for a cigarette was a break from the day. It was a chance to socialize. It was a moment to gather your thoughts. It was a time to focus on your breathing because you get into a regular rhythm of actually taking a deep breath. So
Yeah. Yeah.
the impact of taking a deep breath is actually quite stimulating to the body, probably more so than the content of the cigarette. So a couple of things are
Believe it or
really
not,
important. A couple of things.
sorry to
Hold on,
interrupt.
hold on. No,
Believe it or
no,
not.
don't, because I'm on a string. Hang on.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
yeah, the whole point of that is when you find out what it's actually doing for you, and you find other ways to do those things. So if you remember that you need to go take some time away, you need to take a moment to breathe and think and unpack your day and get those social things in. It becomes easier to not smoke.
Yeah.
Um, becomes easier to quit. Sorry, it becomes easier to quit um, because the unconscious needs are being met, and then it's just literally giving up the routine, because the routine is just suddenly that you're in the habit of going outside and setting something on fire, but you're actually getting your needs met in another way. So it just, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely makes it easier. What were you going to say? Go on.
Well, yeah. What I was going to say was that I know that you're bang on because my therapist said the exact same thing.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just what I found because I've done a lot of training because I do hypnosis work with people to quit smoking as well, and all that is about giving people the unconscious suggestions to meet those needs that were being met with smoking, and giving the unconscious part of the brain a choice to meet those needs in a different way. So every now and again, when you used to get a craving for smoking, you'll actually get a craving for a walk, or a craving
Mm.
for a deep breath, or a craving for something else, because you've given your brain an option to meet that need in a different way. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy good. Um, One of my trainers actually gave me the very controversial opinion, which I think there's some merit to, which was the simple fact that nicotine is not addictive, was his statement. And I was like,
Mm.
that's interesting. Tell me more. Um, and he said, I've never seen anyone go to a doctor to say, I need to get off these nicotine patches. They're ruining my life. So it's
Yeah.
actually got nothing to do with the content. It's got everything to do with some other stuff that goes along with it.
I think you're
Other
right. I think a lot
sensations.
of yeah. I think a lot of addiction tends to be habitual, a form of comfort, like
And
a
that's the
way of
thing.
escape.
So
Yeah.
when you talk about those things like comfort and escape and those other things, those comfort and escapes, they can give you things like it's a moment of calm, it's an opportunity to disconnect, it's those things. So until you can give yourself other ways to disconnect, your brain's going to go, I need to disconnect. What's the easiest way I know how to do that? Drugs, please.
Yeah.
Um, but it doesn't have another solution. So if it goes, oh, I know another way to disconnect, go to the beach, go to the gym. Um, yeah,
Yeah. I think you did right. Well,
yeah.
that's the other thing
Well,
too is that
well,
like
a 4 year drug
um,
habit can't be wrong. It's
yeah,
crazy.
fair.
Hmm? I think that was the only way you could have answered that. I actually forgot where I'm going. Where am I going? I'm going here.
um. Oh fuck! Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So well, I'm aware of it of myself a little bit
Hmm.
in terms of the fact that like my current nicotine addiction comes from a remnant of a stressful time.
Hmm.
In particular,
So,
losing my job and
so don't even call it an addiction.
yeah.
Just don't call it that. My opinion.
Mm,
Don't call it that. You call it an addiction, it becomes harder because addiction
mm,
in your brain's neurology is linked to. So this is where the coach part of my Coach Destiny, for those of you guys watching, kicks in. Um, but um, if you're using that word to describe it, that word is quite global and has meanings that say that to get past it is difficult. Um,
mm.
but if you call it something else, then it just doesn't have that. It doesn't have that same push. Um,
A crippling money sink.
do you know what? I like people do a range of things. Like this is why I sit back and I go, I believe that people aren't inherently bad. people just try to feel good things in bad ways. And sometimes those good things they're trying to feel in bad ways hurt other people. And if you can find a better way to feel a good thing that doesn't hurt people or yourself, those become the resourceful habits to build. Whereas someone might be like, oh, well, I need food to support my family. I'll steal from this person because that supports my family. Well, that's noble in terms of the intent, but it hurts someone in the process. So it's fiddlesome. Well, I'm getting
Yeah.
some weird little lag spikes here. Down, boy. Am I in the right
Getting
place
all
for this?
laggy from that sick knowledge you're dropping.
Yeah, that's right. Why do you want me to go all the way up to Castle Release, darling? Why do you want me to do that? I do all this fuss. Queen's Entourage, that's what I wanted to do. Is that where I am now? Where are you? Oh, fuck, that's all the way... No. Alright, I'm trying to do a